to learn E consonant, final silent E. E consonant, final silent E. And that is how we spell the long E sound that's almost to the end, usually in a multi-syllable word. Let me show you some examples. Real world examples. Like, see that word delete in the chat? Do you see how that first E says E, right? Because of that tap 2 rule. There's another vowel in the next 1 or 2 spots. So you don't need a double E there. One E will work just fine. There's already a vowel in the next 1 or 2 spots. That second E sound needs that final E at the end because EEs usually only come in short words. So at the end of towards the end of longer words, we're usually going to use a E consonant, final silent E, just like you see there. Here's a couple others. Complete, stampede. Do you see that consonant, that E consonant, final silent E? That's what we're going to work on today. All right, so let me share my screen. And let's get practicing. All right, our first one that I wanted to spell together is E beef. E beef. So we have E, B, E, F. Consonants first. E, B, E, F. Now, for the E sound at the beginning, can I use just a single? We always start with just a single letter. Can just a single E say E there? Yeah, it sure can, because there's another vowel in the next 1 or 2 spots. We can see that because we dotted the vowel sounds. And there's one right there, which makes that say its name. If there's another vowel there or there, the first guy will say its name. So he's fine. We can leave him right just like that. But I want this to also say E. Can he say E here? He can't because there's not a vowel 1 or 2 doors away. If there's not one, we make one. So we could put one here, or we could put one here. And we're going to choose this one because this E consonant, final silent E, is usually what you use at the end of longer words. And you can tell it's a longer word because there are 2 vowels that don't touch. That is what qualifies something as a longer word, if there are 2 vowels that don't touch. EE is just for short words usually. Just 1 vowel sound. But if there's 2 vowel sounds, then we're going to use this E consonant, final silent E. Okay? All right, let's try yours. Your word is E-mead. E-mead. E, M, E, D. Go for it. E-mead. My lips are closed on this sound, this second sound right here. Like Michael. E-mead, d, d, like dog. Yeah, go ahead and put it in the chat in the Q&A. Let's see what we've got. Okay, they're starting to come in. E-mead. Oh, I love that idea, Emily. E-mead. There we go. Good. Okay, so for consonants, we have E, M, E, D. For this E sound, can I put an E right here? Will it say E? Yes, because there's a vowel 1 or 2 doors away, right there. For this E sound, can I use just a regular E? No, because there's not a vowel 1 or 2 doors away. It needs one. It needs another one. So am I going to put one here, or am I going to put one here? 1 or 2 doors away. We're going to choose the 2 doors away because it's a longer word, right? Because there's 2 vowels that don't touch. So we're going to choose this E consonant, final silent E. Why is that guy up so high? Is that bothering anybody else? I'm going to lower him a little bit. That's better. E-mead. He can say E, he can say E because they each have a vowel 1 or 2 doors away. This guy says nothing. Usually E's at the end, say nothing. Okay, number 2. Prebeam. Prebeam together. P, E, consonants. P, e, b, e, vowels. I'm going to start with an E, right? Because E is the most common spelling of but can it say here? It can't. Hold on. Alert, alert. This cannot say here because there's a vowel 1 or 2 doors away. It's going to make it say E. I don't want it to say E. I want it to say but that requires 2 consonants after it. If there's not 2, make 2. Now it can say Now it's happy. Now it's happy. And for the E sound at the end, can I leave it with just an E right here? No, I can't, because that would say and I don't want this one to say I want it to say E. But if it's going to say its name, it must have another vowel 1 or 2 doors away. I can put one here, or I can put one here. And I'm going to choose this one because it's a longer word. So now we have, this E is short, this E is long, E, this E is silent. You are probably the only kid in your class now who knows why 3 E's in the same word can say 3 different things. You know what that makes you? Full of knowledge. I mean, you already knew you were smart, right? Now you are full of knowledge. You know things. You know now why those 3 E's can say 3 different things. That must feel great to be able to add that to your already significant smarts up there. Okay, your word without me is stepim. Stepim. My mouth is closed at the end. Stepim. 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 Nice. Oh, close, so close. Make sure that you have the same number of lines as me with the same lines dotted. These lines represent the sounds. As you can see, this E didn't get its own line, did it? This E had to share the line with the M because it doesn't have a sound. And the lines represent sounds, not letters. So he had to share a line with the M. Your word is stepim. Stepim. There we go, Elias. Okay. Consonants. S, t, p, e, m. For the S sound, I'm going to start with an E. Can it say here? No, it can't, can it? Because of that guy. There's a vowel 1 or 2 doors away. It's going to make him say its name. I don't want it to say its name. I don't want it to say E. I want it to say But that means it has to have 2 consonants after it. If there's not 2, make 2. Now it can say Now it's nice and comfortable. And then for the E sound at the end, he has to have a vowel in the next 1 or 2 spots. If there's not one, make one. And I'm going to choose to put it right there because it's a longer word. Short, long, silent. Yeah? Are you getting it? Even if you didn't get it when you wrote it down, as long as you got it when I explained it, then you're getting it. Okay? Don't worry if it's not perfect when you write it initially. You're just trying it out. But when you listen to me do it and you watch me do it, if you're like, oh, okay, all right, I see what I did wrong, then that means you're getting it. And that's wonderful. That is wonderful. Okay, number 3. N-teep. N-teep together. N-t-e-p. Now you might think, that when you hear N, you're just going to write an N. Well, the past you might have thought that, or some other kids might have thought that, or you might have thought that for a second. But if you hear N, that's 2 sounds. That's and N. So let's keep that in mind when we're spelling. So we have N, t, e, p, consonants. Here's our here's our N, t, e, p. For the sound, I'm going to start with an E. Can E say here? Yes, it can, because there are already 2 consonants after it. Brilliant. This guy is comfortable. He is so cozy in this spot. He can say perfectly here because of those 2 consonants after him. For the E sound, I can't just stop with an E right here because he would say I want it to say E, but that requires another vowel 1 or 2 doors away. If there's not one, make one. And I'm going to put it at the end because it's a longer word. N-teep. Yeah? Okay, your word is, don't worry, you're getting it. You're getting it. Impede. Now remember what I said about if it starts with the sound N, you're not going to start the word with an N. You're going to start it with an E-N. That spells N. So that's a little hint. Your word starts with M, with my mouth closed, but don't start your word with an M. With the letter M, there's a sound before it. Here are the sounds. M, P, E, D. Make sure you have the same number of lines and your vowels in the same spots. M, and I'm just going to tell you that this is an M right here so that you can hear the difference between M and N. Sometimes it's hard in the mic. M, peed. Oh, you're right, Emily. You're right. M-peed. Good. M-peed. Good. Give you a couple more seconds for a couple more to come through. Let me tell you that last sound. It's a D, because sometimes it's hard to hear the difference between B and D in the mic. And if you're wondering if it's an EE or an E consonant final silent E, this guy we're going to save for short words. We're not going to use him today. We're going to focus on E consonant final silent E. All of these are going to be longer words. Okay, there we go, Cameron. Nice. So our sounds are our consonants. P, E, D. Vowels. I want this guy to say eh. Can E say eh here? Yeah, it can because there's 2 consonants after it. That's all it needs to say eh, so it's perfect. What about for this E sound here? Can I leave it just in E? Well, it would need another vowel 1 or 2 doors away for it to say its name, E, and it doesn't have one yet, so I need to make one. I could put it here, but I'm not because that's for short words. Or I can put it here. That's for longer words. Okay? M-peed. There we go. All right, now we only have a few minutes left. Should we try a hard one, a medium one, or an easy one? Put in the chat, EM or H, easy, medium, or hard. What do you want? Lots of mediums, some hards, lots of mediums, and a couple easies. Okay, let's do a medium. Let's do medium. I want this one to be, this one's kind of medium hard, actually. Medium hard. Feet. Feet. We have f, e, t. Now, I'm going to let you try it on your own first, and then I'll come back and help you. F, e, t. Make sure your word starts like mine. Sebastian. There we go. Okay, Sebastian, we'll do a hard one after this, okay? Good. Nice. Okay, you're getting it. So we have f, e, t. Vowels. Can this E say eh here? It cannot. It requires two consonants after it. If there's not two, make two. Now it can. For the E sound, this requires another vowel in the next one or two spots. If there's not one, make one. We're going to put one right there at the end. There is F feet. Okay? If you got close, good job. If you got it, amazing. Now, I'm going to do a hard one here at the end. If you don't want to try it, you don't have to. You can just watch. Okay? Your word is pre-nestine. Pre-nestine. P-R-E-N-E-S-T-E-N. Hard word alert. Hard word alert. Go ahead and tackle it if you want. Hard word alert. Pre-nestine. I'm going to tell you that which one is an N and which was is an M so that you can make sure you hear that correctly. Pre-nestime. 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 Nice. Oh, that was so close. Oh, wow. Nice. Okay, let's try it. Consonants. We have P, R, E, N, S, T, E, M. Okay, there's our consonants. Vowels. For the E sound, can he say E here? Yes, because there's already a vowel one or two spots away. That's why it's important when we make our lines to dot the vowel sounds so that we can see how to spell the vowels. So he can say E right there just fine. For the S sound, can I just use a regular E? Yeah, I can, because there's already two consonants after it. So he can say E right there just fine. He can say eh right there just fine. For the E sound at the end, for him to say E, there has to be a vowel one or two doors away. If there's not one, make one. Pre-nestime. Pre-nestime. Okay, I'm going to end with an easier one. Free-teen. Free-teen. Oh, man, we have to do it in 30 seconds. F-R-E-T-E-N. Do it with me. We have F-R-E-T-E-N. Okay? You know what's going to go here. You know it's going to be an E, and that E is going to work just fine right there because there's already a vowel one or two doors away. You know it's going to go here. It's going to be an E, but you also know that there has to be an E at the end for that guy to say its name. Look at how much you know. Look at how much you know. Even if you didn't get every word right, you got a lot right. You got several letters right. That means you're hearing the sounds. And even if you didn't get it perfect when you wrote it, when I explained it, then your brain went, okay, all right, I get that, or I'm getting it. Even if you don't get it perfectly now, you're getting it, and that's amazing. That means you now have more knowledge in your brain than you did 30 minutes ago. Congratulations. You're brilliant. You're amazing. I'm so proud of you. See you Wednesday, my friends. Bye.